change for once in my life.
Hello, Jade here and welcome to my channel. Today I want to speak to you about something that's extremely important to me and something that has really been a noose around my neck for many years. The all or nothing approach. And I'm sure many of you, if you're going to stick around, are going to understand a lot of the things that I say, and you're going to be able to pick up some skills of what I'm doing now to not have that all or nothing approach. Years ago, I realized I had an all or nothing approach, and I mean, I was crazy and I do crazy things, and I'm still a little crazy. But I remember when I was trying to actually get on the health bandwagon. Now, I'm going back 11, 12 years ago. And I was still a drinker then. So I would binge drink on the weekends, binge eat junk food, pizzas, McDonald's, whatever I'd eaten. And I would wake up on a Monday morning feeling like, and I would go to the supermarket. And I would try and buy healthy food, what I thought was healthy at the time anyway. And one of the things I would always buy were tins of beetroot. Because in my head I thought, if I have tins of beetroot, I'm going to be healthy. So I'd buy all these beetroots, and you know, for the first day I'd be eating salad and beetroot and vegetables and all those good things that make us feel good. By day two, I'd fallen off the perch. I might have decided to eat something that I classed as no food, and that was it. Oh well. And the vegetables and whatever else I would buy would go rotten in the fridge and they'd be thrown out. And I had a dumbwaiter in my kitchen, and you could lift it up, and inside was sort of like a cupboard. They'd sealed off the past owners had sealed off the other part where you went through to another room. And I used to stash beetroot cans in there. And one day my partner opened the dumbwaiter and he said to me, "Oh my God, what's with all these beetroot cans? Like, they're falling out everywhere." And he's like, "What the hell are you doing, crazy woman?" "Oh, well, they're for when I'm healthy." Which was never happening because I had such an all or nothing approach. I was either all healthy or all unhealthy. As years have gone on and I've developed healthy habits, and there's certain concrete healthy things that I have in my life that don't disappear, whether I go and indulge on a pizza or whatever else, I still ensure that I have healthy foods in my life. But I've always been so strict on myself when I'm doing something. And I'm going to use my experience of the last time I was a raw vegan compared to now. This time I'm experimenting with high raw, predominantly fully raw, and the differences that I'm making to myself. When I went raw nearly 3 years ago, I had such an all or nothing approach, and I had to be 100% raw. And I also was so strict on myself because there's so much dogmatic behavior in the raw vegan movement that you start wanting to aim to be the most purest raw vegan, because if you're not the most purest raw vegan, well, then you're doing it wrong. And there is a bit of competition, so to speak, in the raw vegan movement. And someone like myself, I am a competitive person. It's in my nature. I start saying, well, maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Yes, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And next thing you know, I was left in a situation where I'm like, well, I'm not doing all these things, but I'm not feeling the great way that I thought I'd be feeling because I was unhappy. And happiness is so important as part of a healthy lifestyle. If we're not happy, we're not healthy. So instead of having this all or nothing approach, this time round, I have a far more laid back approach. And I see this a lot in the raw vegan movement. People think if they're not 100% raw, then they can't do it. They're not doing it. I'm off the wagon. That's it. I can't be raw. So I'm going to fill up on vegan pizzas, vegan burgers, vegan chips, chocolates, whatever it is that's your thing, and forget about the whole Why am I doing this? Now, this is an example. My partner, he has type 2 diabetes. He was insulin dependent. He hasn't been insulin dependent probably for about 8 years now, and that was because he went on a juice feast for 30 days and he managed to come off the insulin. He still does take some metformin, and he has been predominantly doing the starch solution. I wanted him to go raw with me 3 years ago, and I was like, if you're not 100% raw, don't bother doing it. And he hated raw dinners. He hated it. And I remember one night he was sitting there and I had this big stick of celery, which I thought was great. I got my celery and I put my dip in. I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. And he's like going, this isn't cool. I don't like this. And I said to him, why don't you like it? What's wrong with it? You know, in my real militant all or nothing approach. And he said, I'm not enjoying it. I don't like to eat dinners like this. And I said, well, if you're not 100% raw vegan, there's no point bothering to be raw vegan at all during the day or anything. He said, well, I won't bother. So he went back to his potatoes. A couple of years down the track, here we are. He's experimenting with raw again. And that's because I have such a liberal approach to it. I'm far more laid back. I'm far more understanding because I've had 5 months off and I know the struggles that I went through just to get back to where I am. And it was something I didn't know before because I'm always, and it's been a learning curve. So now he is eating raw all day. He eats fruit during the day. And at dinner, he has cooked potato, cooked pumpkins, cooked carrot, cooked broccoli, cauliflower, and he has a bit of gravy on top, or I make him a vegan cheese sauce. He doesn't eat any fake meats or anything like that, but he's happy. He's happy. During the day, he's eating fruit, and that makes him feel really good. He has a green juice in the morning too. And at night, he's having a cooked dinner, and he's happy. He's losing weight. His blood sugar level has been the lowest it's been in years, and it's working. And that's because I'm not making him have the all or nothing approach. That all or nothing approach can kill people, and it can scare people off from even entering any lifestyle, but especially the raw vegan lifestyle, because it's so different to anything that people generally do. I mean, we're used to eating cooked meals. That's what we do. We eat cooked food. So my advice for anybody starting out as a raw vegan or wanting just to be high raw, don't put high expectations on yourself. You don't have to be all, and you don't have to be nothing. Just wake up each day and do the best you can. If you fall off the wagon, and when I say fall off the wagon, if you end up at lunchtime going and having a sandwich, or you end up saying, you know what, I'm just going to eat this Indian curry, or whatever it is that you decide to do, don't wake up the next day and say, you know what, I'm not doing this because I stuffed up last night. That's the end of me. I'm a failure. I can't stick to anything. That's not the best way to think. Have the curry if that's what you're going to do. Enjoy it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Have some form of normality in your life, because I know it's really difficult. Sometimes pressure of your family, pressure of yourself, and sometimes you just want the bloody curry. Have it if that's what you need to do. And then the next day, have a raw breakfast and you say, you know what, I'm enjoying this lifestyle for me. This lifestyle is about making it work for you, making it work within your family, within your surroundings, and making you the healthiest possible person you can be. And you'll never be healthy if you've got continual wars going on in your brain and you're making yourself feel like a complete failure all the time. I took a very liberal approach whilst bringing myself back to being raw. I was having potatoes and pumpkin and whatever at dinner time, and I was feeling good. And I have decided to go back to being 100% raw. But as I said in a couple of videos ago, if I feel like having a potato, I'm having it. I'm never going to make myself feel shameful for having a vegetable, and I don't think anyone else should either. And I realise people have health reasons, and they might be very sick while they're coming over to this movement. But if you're eating steamed vegetables at night because that's what you need to do, that's a far better option than saying, you know what, oh, who cares, I'm just going to have a pie, I'm going to have a pizza, I'm going to have lasagna, or whatever it is that is going to make you feel sick. Ultimately, the foods you want to keep out of your diet is wheat, as much as anything wheat, because well, for me, I know it gives me blurred vision and doesn't make me feel well. And I know some people can actually have it, but it's probably not the best food to put into your diet if you are trying to become a healthier person. I would advise to have the steamed veggies and the potatoes and pumpkin and sweet potato and food like that. However, if you're finding it harder than ever, go and buy yourself some rice pasta. Wean yourself into it. You know, have a little serve of rice on the side. Have some noodles on the side if that's what you need to do. Do what you have to do to make this lifestyle work for you. It's okay. You've got nothing to prove to not a single person in this world. The only person that you have to be better than is yourself. Anyhow, I hope you like this video. I'm hoping to bring more out like this. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, love life, live free, and be kind to you. Bye for now.